What's happening, y'all? I'm gonna get right into it. I'm gonna give y'all the Apple swing trade play. I think Apple is really gonna explode this week. So yeah, the Apple swing trade play. Probably go over the market a little bit. But first we're gonna pull up Apple and we gonna look at the play that I'm looking at, and I'm gonna explain everything like I always do. So on Apple, what I see, right? We got a couple things going on. We got a possible inverse head and shoulders, kind of really not really, but we also have a bullish engulfing on a daily time frame. So let me pull up a description or explanation. Here we go. Inverse head and shoulders, right? And it's basically a head and shoulders pattern, but upside down, basically. So it kind of looked like that a little bit, not for real, but if we look back at the chart, it kind of giving a little inverse head and shoulders a little bit. But we also got a potential bull flag, kinda all the way to the right. But we definitely got a bullish engulfing. So a bullish engulfing candle is a bullish sign, and it's usually like what stock is going down, and then there's a green candle that just overpowers the rest. Either the candle before it or multiple candles, right? So as you can see on Friday, there was a bullish engulfing pattern. As you can see in this pattern, the green candle basically engulfs the red candle before it. And it's usually during a downturn, right? So if we go back to Apple, we got that bullish engulfing on top of the possible inverse head and shoulders. The MACD is up. We had high volume on Friday and we're above the 9-day moving average. I like Apple a lot. Oh, on top of that, don't forget about Apple crushing earnings. I mean, Apple did really good on their earnings report. Let's see what I said. So it's another catalyst for Apple. Apple top Q1 earnings estimates on record breaking iPhone sales. So that's the catalyst, right? If you have a catalyst mixed with chart patterns, then you know what I'm saying? That's more of a reason for you to be confident in your swing trade play, right? So we got catalysts. Apple crushed earnings. They smacked earnings in the mouth, and we got the nice setup. But I'm gonna look at other time frames so you can see why I really like Apple. And this is for a call swing trade play, right? So if we drop down to the 4 hour time frame, you can see that we have a potential bull flag. It looks kind of bull flaggish, but we also have a double bottom. MACD is green on the 4 hour time frame too. So if we pull up one more time frame, let's drop down to the 1 hour and see how that look. I really like swing trade plays that, you know what I'm saying, kind of co-sign what I'm looking at on all time frames, on all of the larger time frames, from the hourly time frame going up to the monthly. Now this looks like a double bottom. It also looks kind of bull flaggy, but it's all bullish momentum. It's all going up. So we got a potential bull flag, potential inverse head and shoulders, a double bottom, and a bullish engulfing pattern. The MACD is green on all price charts, and it's above the 9-day MA after crushing earnings. I really like Apple for a bullish swing trade play, but we do got uncertainty in the market right now, so there are two other stocks that I like, but this is if the stock market is going down. I really like these if the market is going down, right? So we gonna pull up Palantir, which has already been dropping like crazy. Oh, it's already been dropping. I mean, Palantir has been losing a lot, but if you look at Palantir, we kind of already broke. Let me pull it up for you, but we kind of already broke the neckline, so to speak, in the double top. It's a big double top. This double top has been in progress for a long time, but with this chart, you probably don't want to enter this swing trade Monday. This might be on Monday, the stock might pop up a little bit. Tuesday, maybe Wednesday might be a good entry in the swing trade for put options. However, it can reverse on you too, so be cautious with that. But if the market is going down, I really like Palantir because of this double top, and the MACD is still red, which is giving me a vibe that it's going to continue to go down. For those of you that don't know what a double top looks like, let me pull that up. And remember, when I'm looking at these chart patterns, this is just price over history. This is what price typically does when these patterns form. So this is just the time people just noticing, okay, these same patterns are doing the same thing, right? So double top is basically an M, and once the price breaks the neckline, that's confirmation. Sometimes for the best safety, you like for it to break the neckline and then bounce back up and reject coming down. But if you want to do aggressive, you can wait for it to break the neckline, you know what I'm saying, and get in early. So that's the swing trade I'm most likely going to take for next week. I'll show y'all the results of any swing trade I do or don't do. I'll also show you the results of how my week went. Last week I had 3 positive trades and 2 negative. Monday was negative and Friday was negative, but I'm up a total of 355 on the week. Not as good as the week before, but we 2 weeks in a row positive. So let's keep the same momentum with the day trading. I didn't do any swing trades last week. So I'm gonna pull up the next two plays, Palantir, and then the last one is Reddit. Not that Reddit. This Reddit. All right. So Reddit is giving me. I don't like Reddit's double top as much as I like Palantir's double top, but Reddit is kind of giving me an unofficial double top. We did also cross below. Let me make sure y'all can see, but we have crossed below the 200-day moving average. So the trend is down. What I would want to see on Reddit though, I would want stock pop up first. It's right there at the neckline if it is a double bottom. But I would like to see it pop up first and then come back down. If it is a true double bottom, to be honest, I like Palantir put option over Reddit put option. But we got Apple for call option swing trade, Reddit and Palantir for put option swing trades. So if you're only here for the swing trade plays, you go ahead and leave. Now I'm gonna look at the fear and greed index and the market cap to see what we looking like. So on the fear and greed index, there's greed in the market. It looks like we've been moving up from a month ago, so the trend has been upward over the past month. It has increased from a week ago. We at 61, or we was at 61 before Friday. Now we have 58. But so the market, as far as the fear and greed index, we're moving more towards greedy. So chances are the market should be going up in an upward direction, right? Let me pull up. I know we still in earnings, so that's another thing y'all gotta think about is the swing trade during earnings. Companies can beat or miss earnings, and the stock can still, go up a lot or come down a lot. But I know that earnings are already out the way, so that's another reason why it makes me feel good to swing trade Apple. But if we're looking at the news, we got nothing real crazy. Sports betting, nothing real crazy outside of course, we got a new head chairman of the Federal Reserve. So we gotta look out for that. Friday the market was real choppy because of it. So we got the fear and greed index. Let's look at the total stock market and the VIX so we could get a clear picture on which direction we expect the market to go, right? So I'm gonna pull up the VIX, then I'm gonna pull up VTI, and then I'll close out. But if we look at the VIX, remember VIX is a volatility index. It checks the volatility, but it's also inverse of the stock market. So when the VIX is going up, the stock market goes down. The VIX has been creeping up. We had a big down candle, which means chances are the stock market went up Friday. But the MACD is still green on the VIX on a daily time frame, which means we should still have more volatility next week. It could also mean that the stock market is going down. But if we drop in time frames to the hourly time frame, it's letting me know that the market should be potentially going up in the near term. So the VIX is kind of a mixed signal, but we worked it down. It looked like it could go down, could go up. Cool. But let's pull up, last but not least, let's pull up VTI, and we're going to see what the total stock market direction is looking like it's going, to see if it confirms which end. So I'm liking the hourly time frame. It looks like on the hourly time frame, the MACD is about to cross up. We're probably going to go above the 9-day moving average. So the total stock market is looking like we could be going up. All right. So that's the total stock market. Now let's see the 4-hour time frame. The 4-hour time frame, the MACD crossed over red a little bit, and we're below the 9-day moving average. So that's more bearish. But the most important time frame is the daily. And on the MACD, it does look like we could potentially go down. As y'all can see, the last 2 days were significantly volatile. So that doesn't really give us a clear direction for next week because of the information that we got next week and why the market is so volatile. So looking at the overall market, it does give me a signal that we could be going down. So if you expect the market to go down, look at those two plays, Palantir and Reddit, for put options. I think that's about it. I'm gonna pull up Forex Factory to see if there's anything serious that's gonna affect the market. I think outside of earnings, we got a couple things going on this week on Forex Factory. So on Wednesday, we got the non-farm employment change. That's important. We got to see what employment is looking like. So Wednesday, we got the non-farm employment change. Monday, nothing crazy. Tuesday, unemployment and the JOLTS job report. Let's see. Thursday, unemployment claims. And Friday, non-farm payroll. So we got earnings this week, and we got a couple important reports coming up this too. So when it comes to the swing trading, I would be very cautious, but I gave y'all swing trades in both directions. If you skeptical about the swing trade, put just a quarter of the position in and see what it do. Place a tight stop loss for safety, or you could day trade the week out until things become a little more certain, because I know last week the market was real choppy. Make sure you take profit, man, and don't let a winning trade turn into a losing trade. I'm Mike, the Money Motivator. Y'all make sure y'all like and subscribe.